Hey everybody, it's Rick OShay playing Marvel Puzzle Quest. Thanks for jumping on once again. It's time for the Spider-Man vs. Sinister 6, the Alliance-based boss event. We're going to jump into a couple of battles against the wave nodes of Sinister 6 boss fights. Let's jump right into the action. The part one of this one is against Carnage, Dr. Octopus, and Venom. This team can be really tough. Let's jump and run with a couple of 4-star characters that are boosted for the event. I like to play X-Force Wolverine. He's boosted up against these bosses because of the special tiles that they place, and he can really destroy parts of the board with his green and his black ability. Let's also get main event Hulk here. He's got a passive that swaps tiles around the board, and that might help us out quite a bit against one or two of the bosses. And then for the third spot, let's see, who else can we bring in here that's a boosted 4-star character? Actually, I want to grab someone else. There we go. Let's grab Morbius for this one. He might have a really helpful passive side of his ability. Let's jump into the fight and we'll see how it works out for us. Main events comes in and breaks some tiles for us and lines up an extra move on the left side of the board. That's great. We'll start with that in black. And now what do we want to do? Probably the match 4 in green with a critical tile is excellent, but let's take a look at Carnage here. So Symbiote Fury, when he gets 5 red, he deals 4,800 plus damage and then swaps a bunch of tiles. We've got to watch out for that. And then Erratic Destruction costs 5 green. Again, chance for trouble there, but the passive side of this is the really big deal with his frenzy. And so he makes an extra match at the start of the turn for every 4 black AP that he has, but it consumes 2. But we got to watch it out. We don't want him to have any black because that really gets him started on his bonus turns and extra AP and then extra damage trouble big time. Okay, let's go for yellow and purple here. It's a nice drop move for Hulk. So Carnage did get a couple. Oh man, how did he get so lucky with all of that black? So he's up to 7 already. So very dangerous position for us, even though we started out well. He's half down in health nearly. So let's get going on green and try to get more black as well. Man, he keeps getting a lot of that black. That's dangerous as can be in a second if he keeps making it a lot of extra turns against us. Yellow, yellow. Lucky drop on the green. Now he's got his red. So let's take a look here. We could do a match 4 in red. That's not going to help us a whole lot. Let's go ahead and play X-Force. It will destroy 3 different X-shaped areas of the board. A little bit of damage, not a lot, but might get some cascades here. And we got him down. That was actually a really big hit. Good deal to get out of that trouble with Carnage. And here we go against Doc Ock. Now, I really enjoy this as a very puzzly battle. And take a quick look at it. There's a couple of things we could do. He's got his tentacle tiles out around the board, and each one has their own timer on it, and each one has its own effect. We'll probably need to take this yellow match over on the side here, only because we need to make sure that main event Hulk's passive doesn't swap away, like for example that tile into a different position, as bad luck would move that out so that it's unmatchable. And we've got Morbius on our team here, and I don't know what's going to happen when we match that tentacle tile, special tile. Let's go. Passive kicked in and it worked. That is crazy. I wanted to bring along Morbius for the proof of that, and really pretty cool. So what that means is when we match an enemy special tile, essentially, he will remove other enemy specials. And against this boss version of Dr. Octopus, that is a huge help, because sometimes those tentacle tiles are very difficult to get matched. Alright, so now we just have to find a way to get that nuclear reactor tile matched away or destroyed in 19 turns. Usually it's the fortified version of that, and I think we're going to be in good shape here. Still got to get green tiles lined up, or a match 4, for example, that might get it destroyed. Let's go ahead and play this here. Crowd goes wild, fortified yellow countdowns, and that's a cool ability. It would actually do a little bit of team damage, not a lot in overall, and then Doc Ock is impervious to damage right now, but those also can heal the Hulk and also earn random AP. Okay, let's get more purple. We've got our purple ready to play. Gamma Power Bomb is ready, and this is going to be a big deal. We can't play it now. We would do 0 damage to Doc Ock, but we'll save that for when the time is right. Still got to get a green tile over by that nuclear reactor. And that's one of the other great things about all those countdowns. Once those expire off the board, lines up a green match for us. Perfect. Doc Ock stuns himself for 5 turns, and in that time we can do a lot of damage. Check out Surgical Strike in this case. It destroys the enemy's strongest color of tiles, and that happens to be green. 3,700 damage for each of the tiles, and this happens to be a moment where there are a ton of green tiles on the board. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, is it 11 or 12 green tiles? That's absurd. Let's check it out. You guys can calculate what the damage would be for me. The overall total was well over his health pool, and here we are against Venom in the boss version of Wave 3 here. So the great thing about winning the previous round with an ability is it's still our turn as we go against Carnage. And if we make a match, he's going to place invisibility tiles on the board with his symbiote stealth. Now that it's our turn, and instead of making a match, let's play another ability. You got it. It's Gamma Power Bomb time. This thing's over. Cool. Okay, I think the lesson there is Morbius is very potentially helpful against the Doc Ock boss version in the Sinister 6 event. Let's go into our next battle, and this is going to do it for the event for me. This one's tough. Vulture, then Green Goblin, then Sandman. Be very careful against Vulture. He can essentially go airborne in a different way. Boss version of characters always play different than the normal version of the characters. So what do we want to do here? Do we have any other characters we want to get into action? We've got some boosted 5-stars. Should we play 5 stars in this case? Maybe we will. Let's see if we can take advantage of 5-star Wolverine. Samurai version. We'll go with Hawkeye, and then let's also go with, let's do red, blue, green, black, and additional red. Well, we got to play Spider-Man, don't we? If it's Spidey versus Sinister 6, and yeah, Wolverine might help build up some red for him. That'll work out, I think. Let's go. So against Vulture, you really want to be careful about letting him get AP going, just like the danger with Carnage. Usually black. But we've got 5-star match damage on our side this time, and extra move in purple. That's going to hurt. Especially what we get out of this critical tile. Which way do we want to make this match? Let's see. Let's just do this. Green and black. Won't hit the critical yet. And I'm glad he didn't take it. Okay, so that means we can get the critical match with Let's just do it with the blue here. That should be enough to take out Vulture. Very nice. Okay, so now we have Green Goblin, and so he always forces his henchmen to the front, and Green Goblin goes to the back. But don't be fooled, you can rotate him right back to the front, and when you defeat him, his allies are defeated as well, so I almost always put him to the front. You can damage the other two, and when you take them out, that in effect then deals damage to Green Goblin, but you might as well take him out first if you can. So let's see, what do we want to do? Probably get more black going, but let's take this green match first. And we want to get red for Spider-Man. Match 4 in blue, gotta take that. I think we're gonna get the red automatically from Daken when we have enough black going, so we need one more black AP, and he will trigger his repeater tiles, and they really do pretty good damage. Another extra move here. Wow. This is it for Goblin. And that round is already over, thanks to the big time 5-star match damage. But now we have Sandman, and he has a passive ability that reduces incoming damage. So we might not be able to win outright with our match damage in this case. Let's play Bullet Arrow for fun. And we'll play Explosive Arrow. Check it out. 2-turn countdown tile that deals 21,265 only for a cost of 5. And Hawkeye's great because the very first arrow you play is a 3-turn stun, and when a countdown expires off the board, his passive earns you more blue and red AP back, so you can really just keep going. But this thing's just about done. Let's play Thwip from 4-star Spider-Man. Puts web tiles on a bunch of different tiles. Depending on the random tiles that those webs go onto, it could hit one of your special tiles and then become a fortified web tile or a fortified countdown or whatever. Maybe it only can go onto strike, attack, or protect tiles. But if it goes into an enemy special tile, it actually kind of locks it up and makes it a void on the board. But we have Proportional Punch ready to play. Love this ability. Depends on how many web tiles that you have on the board. You get damage for his 3 colors, and then half of that damage for each of the 3 of his non-colors, damage per tile essentially. It's the potential for an absolute ton, one of the biggest hitting abilities in the game if you get a lot of web tiles out on the board, and a pretty cool animation. Here we go. 20,000 plus damage. Cool. All right. Let's see. Explosive Arrow. So we don't want to do this match 4 that way. I think we're going to be able to take out Sandman here in just a couple turns after all that other damage. Here comes a pummel from Sandman. Cool. Team damage. Spider-Man dodged it. And we get the win. Alright, that's great. Fun boss event for sure. It's actually kind of a less work involved in this boss event because there's 2 boss battles worth of points at any given time, so you can actually finish this a lot sooner than other alliance-based events. And there is the legendary token. Add that to the total. Can't wait because it is the end of the line for, look at the legendary tokens here, for Ronan. He is moving over to Classic Legends right after, or maybe by the time you see this video posted, this will have happened. So we'll be making draws in the next video from this one to get Ronan championed and welcome in the next 5-star into latest, and that is Shang-Chi. Can't wait for him. All right, let me know how you guys did in the Spider-Man versus Sinister 6 boss event, and we'll see you in the next one.